Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Real Talk here on TV 35. I am your host, Pat Brock, and of course, it is St. Patrick's season. It's well on its way. It's beginning, and the first event of the St. Patrick's Festival is the Cruisin In The Pines, and we've got Mr. Danny Jones with us, Director of the Dublin-Lawrence County Recreation Authority with us. How are you, Danny?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's good to see you, Pat.
Good to see you. Here we go again.
Oh, absolutely. It's getting that time of the year.
I know, another year, another group of great festivities going on. Now, Danny, with the Recreation Authority, now, before we get into the Cruisin In The Pines, you guys have a lot going on, a lot of things in the community. Share with us.
Well, we've got a couple of festivals coming up. We're doing the Miss St. Patrick's Day, working along with those. Miss Emerald City is our beauty contest, and the Baby Earring Go Bra, we do both those. They're coming up the early part of March. We're also, one of the biggest things going on in the community, we're working right now, a joint project with the city and the county, trying to lay the groundwork for an addition to the out at Southern Pines, building a water park.
That's exciting.
Oh yeah, I think it's going to be great for our community. We're actually building a lazy river, which you'll be able to get on an inner tube and float around.
Right.
It's going to be a swimming pool. There's going to be a couple of big water slides, they're probably going to be about 30, 40 feet high.
Get out of it. Who ever thought that this was going to be taking place in Dublin, Georgia, Danny?
Well, I know. It's exciting.
Moving and shaking, right?
Yeah, it's exciting. We're really happy. The city is making splash funds available, and we're using our splash funds, and the county is going to do a lot of in-kind work. So, we've all been working good together, and looks like it's going to continue in the future.
And that's a great thing for our community.
Absolutely. I think, our community is a hub, and we'll have 4 or 5 counties that surround us that'll be utilizing it. It'll be set up where it'll be affordable. Don't want anybody to think it's going to be a splash in the borough, but, it's going to have some very nice features.
Right.
And I think it'll be very well received in our community.
That's right, and that's bringing more people and more business into Dublin.
Absolutely.
All right, so now let's talk about Cruisin In The Pines. Of course, we got these beautiful vehicles here behind us here, and of course, Wilford is the owner. We'll be able to see him in just a moment, but we want to talk about Cruisin In The Pines.
Oh, absolutely. We look forward to it each year. Actually, Cruisin In The Pines is the culmination of 2 shows that were brought together about 3 years ago.
Right.
The Moore Station Village show, and we had a Southern Pines Car and Craft show that we combined. This is our third year for Cruisin In The Pines, and it's grown a little bit every year.
Yeah.
And we're really hopeful that we'll have a really good show this year. We had nearly 70 vehicles last year. Some were just really awesome. We had 7 different categories. We even had a rat ride category.
I didn't even know what that was.
Oh yeah.
When I saw it, I'm like, what is this? Is this actually a vehicle?
Absolutely.
I loved it.
Well, I mean, it's we had several really nice ones, and they just kind of go with the outside structure and put big engines and different things like that. So it's pretty awesome. We set it up where everybody's fairly judged. We have a couple of professional type judges that come out and do the show for us. And then we set it up where new cars don't have to compete against old cars, so we break it down where it's really fair for everybody.
And that's good, and of course, just getting the opportunity to speak with some of the participants last year, they come from all over the state of Georgia.
Oh, absolutely.
All over, and some have been doing it for many, many years. Some have been restoring since they were, young teenagers. Some had just started in the game. And so what do you all do to really generate, like those kind of people from all over to come to something like this?
Well, actually, when we got it started, I joined a car club in Savannah. And, we worked with them. They were involved in a lot of shows. We got a mailing list. They were the backbone of our show for a good many years. Now a lot of our people are, from Milledgeville, Macon, Statesboro, gosh, I'm forgetting people I know.
And there were a lot of
but
small towns too,
yeah,
where people were coming from.
That's right. It's within about a 75 to 100-mile radius, you know, that we draw a lot of our participants.
And of course, this is going to be on February the 24th. It's going to start pretty early, isn't it?
Absolutely. You know, the way the car shows work, you don't have pre-registration, so we don't know what to expect. We're hopeful. Last year we had a beautiful weather day. It was really so nice.
It was windy though.
Well, a little bit windy, but it was in February. But we're real hopeful for another beautiful day this year. We've got Billy Beecham coming back, and he's going to play some oldie goldies for us for several hours. The concession stand will be open.
Right.
Just be a good social time. Those of you that have cars, please do bring them. You know, again, it's very fairly judged. We just love to see you out. I mean, you know, even if you don't come out to enter a car, please come out and view the cars, and they'll be. We'll probably try to have our awards ceremony as usual about 2:30. Then our local police take them around town on a cruise around Dublin, you know, which is a big thing. Plus, you know, those of you that hadn't been out to Southern Pines, we'll have a big day going on out there. We have a baseball tournament and a softball tournament. Unfortunately, this year we don't have a horse show like we did last year, but you know, it's getting real busy as spring heads this way, and you know, we'd like to encourage everybody to come out.
That's right. And you know, for Cruisin in the Pines, you know, Danny, you had over 70 last year.
Just about 70.
We want to exceed that. We want to go past that with the entries. I mean, when you go there, it's what's so overwhelmingly beautiful is just stretched. So many different fine cars, and people out there, they're setting up their tents, and they've got their families out there. And so it is a great day for you to be able to come out, to take part in it. And now when you were talking about the different categories to kind of make it fair, what are the different categories?
Well, it really depends on the number of cars. We do like a 40s to 49, 50 to 59. You know, it just depends on the number of cars involved. We do 3 places in each category, and we'll have a best of show. The best car will win a trophy.
I remember Dr. Jerry Daniels that's from Lawrence County won in one of the categories too last year. And so we talk about different people from out of town coming, the locals. Now, you've done car shows here before. That's a lot of work to restore these cars, would you say?
Absolutely. You know, it's really a passion, plus it's a very expensive hobby. And, you know, a lot of people have kept cars from the time they purchased them all the way to now, and several people, you know, it's just like maybe the first car you ever had. You want to go back and find you one of those and you know, take care of it. I used to have some cars, and my wife just got to where she didn't like to ride in convertibles, and I got rid of those.
So you got rid of the convertible.
Yeah, so you know, I have a passion for cars, but you know, I don't have one right now.
The things our wives make us do.
That's absolutely right. You know, one thing I would like to say, Pat, while it just crossed my mind. You know, one good thing about Southern Pines is the parking lot is all asphalt. Nobody has to park on grass. And there'll be a parking place between cars, so people won't bruise people's cars up. And you know, so it's a very good location. We've got a huge parking lot. We've got restroom facilities on site. We've got concession stand on site. So just come out, bring a lawn chair, bring a tent, you know, just spend the day with us.
And you've got to bring your cameras. I mean, because you're talking about some great pictures of these cars. And if you can, you know, just showing some of the footage from last year, I mean, I'm like a little kid sometimes when I see cars, because I remember vehicles from my childhood. And, you know, I remember riding in the back of the pickup truck like one of those. And, and I remember riding in the station wagon with the wood grain side. I remember all those things very vividly.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I think one of the longest memories I have of a car is my grandfather was a horse trader. And we had a 49 Mercury, one of those big old bubble Mercuries that have been customized by everybody in the world, I guess. This was back in the early 50s. We went and bought a horse, and we brought the horse home attached to the bumper of the
No,
49
you did not.
Mercury.
No, you did not.
And you know, that's a story that's always stuck with me. That's the first time I remember riding in a car, I guess. But you know, it's there are a lot of things from days gone by, I guess, and you know, this is just a good day to see some beautiful old vehicles from days gone by.
Yes, it is. So registration is going to be on site. Now, what time does registration begin?
Registration starts around 10 o'clock. If somebody comes at 9:30, we probably won't turn them away. But,
Very good, very good.
You know, and it continues until 12, and then we'll start our judging. And the judging will last an hour and a half or two, where people can socialize and listen to the music, and then we'll be,
Now,
you know,
how many judges do you have this year?
have two.
2 judges. And so, and they're judging, they judge the cars differently. Is that correct?
You know, it's not necessarily differently. They have certain things they look for, and they both judge on those things, and they compare their notes, and you know, they make their decisions from that.
All right, very good. So it's going to be a great day on February the 24th, opening up our St. Patrick's Day Festival activities at Southern Pines. And of course, with Danny Jones and Habitat for Humanity, you know, any proceeds would go to them. Is that correct?
That's right. That's right.
Very good. Always trying to do great things, always trying to give back. That's a wonderful thing. Wonderful thing. Any other things you want to make sure that we cover to make sure that the people understand about Cruisin In The Pines?
Well, you know, just like to say, those of you that see this, please invite your friends from out of town to come. If you know somebody that has a car that, you know, participates, be sure to tell them about it. You know, we try to reach out and touch as many people as we can through social media, TV 35, you know, other means, you know, so, but please do tell your friends, you know, come out and enjoy the day. It's good, wholesome family entertainment.
Very good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Danny Jones, who is the Executive Director of Dublin-Lawrence County Recreation Authority, getting ready for Cruisin In The Pines on February 24th. If there is anyone that's excited about the St. Patrick's Festival, and if there's anyone that knows anything about cars, it's Mr. Locke Wilford. How are you, sir?
Thank you so much, Pat. It's so good to be with you this morning. We appreciate 35, and we're looking forward to the Cruisin In The Pines out at Southern Pines that kicks off our St. Patrick's celebration on February the 24th. We're excited about it.
I know, it's so exciting. And you know, Mr. Wilford, there's so many amazing cars, and we had to come out here to your dealership and just to look at the beautiful cars that you sell, but also the ones that you have as your babies.
That's my baby. I have a 1949 Chevy Deluxe convertible, two-door.
Wow.
Then I have a 1986 Chevy pickup truck. I have a 53 that's being restored, and I have a 58 that's being restored. I'm just excited about it.
Oh my Lord. Now, how long have you been a collector and to restore vehicles the way you're doing as well?
Probably about the last 5 years, I've been trying to get a hold of a few of them, going back to my roots. That was the 49 was the year I was born, and so it's excited to me. I'm trying to find me the 53s, what we had on the farm when I was raised. I have 12 sisters, and there's 4 of us boys. There's 16 altogether, you know, so I'm going back to my roots now.
You are definitely going back to your roots. Of course, I didn't know we were kindred spirits. I'm number 13 or 14.
Okay, I'm number 11. We're close.
I love that. I love that. And, you know, there are going to be so many people, they're going to come out for this, you know, and for you knowing vehicles the way that you know them. How much work goes into restoring vehicles of this magnitude?
It's a lot of work. I'm telling you, it's hours upon hours of restoring them, but it's part of our history. I mean, cars is a part of America, and everybody tries to own a car, drive a car. I remember the first car I bought was a 1953 Chevy 4-door. And so I was excited about owning that car.
So you've always been a Chevy man.
I've been dyed-in-the-wool Chevy, you know. They're great vehicles.
Very good. And, you know, and so listen, Mr. Wilford, there are a lot of people out there that restore vehicles. I mean, because we've got the opportunity to speak with them, and they've been kind of sharing, and you're talking about the history of the vehicles, like how personal it becomes with these cars.
They are. I mean, 49, the year I was born, my wife was born in 49, and we just came across it. My oldest boy found it in Perry, and the family was wanting to sell it, and so we bought it, and it was just a great acquisition for us, and we're so excited. We love driving it. I'm looking forward to driving it out to the parade with Danny, and it's going to be a great time out there. Let me encourage everybody.
Please do.
If you have a car and you want to show it off, Danny's going to give you an opportunity to show it off out at Southern Pines. And so bring it out. Let's show it off. Let's have us a great time. If you don't have a car, make sure you come out and see it.
Very good. Thank you so much, Mr.
Pat,
Rock Wilford.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
God bless you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the only dealer you will ever need.
And thank you, Pat.
Hi, I'm Perry Williamson. We've been serving the Dublin Lawrence community for over 90 years here at Williamson's Bakery. We specialize in donuts, cakes, pies, cupcakes, cookies, birthday cakes. They're our business, not a hobby. And don't forget our large selection of cheese straws. For special orders, contact us on Facebook, Instagram, or better yet, just come get you some. When you stop by, be sure to try our all-new Pig in the Blankets. We have bacon, sausage, and chicken. We're located at 1634 Veterans Boulevard, Dublin, Georgia. For the hot, freshest donuts, come to Williamson's Bakery. We proudly support our area athletics.